Chapter 1, The Creation. Begin all acts and thinking by using Al-Kalum, the All. Tablet 10, The Replenishing of Tiamat. 19 times 1 equals 19. Lo, now when the time had come for this marvelous replenishing of this desolate place known as Tiamat to begin, the Anunnaki Allahum, also called angelic beings, reconstructed 2 places under the command and rule of the selected one, El-Malak, he who ruled from the heavens, being called the light of the heavens and earth, to whom there were no partners. El-Elo, who is also Anu, first commanded the Anunnaki to reconstruct the 2 places, the firmaments. Up there in the firmaments, which is the asteroid belt in the skies, which is between the lower planets and the outer planets where the water is, and the planet Tiamat, Earth, is one of the lower planets, because Tiamat, the planet Earth, had become empty and desolate. No sun's light shined through the dust clouds onward to the surface of the waters, and the wind of Nibiru blew and moved back the dust clouds. Conversing amongst each other, the 24 selected, 12 agreeable and 12 disagreeable, called the Yahwehans or Allahum, asked Anu, "Let there be light." And the light was. And the Anunnaki saw how agreeable the condition would be with this great light again, and separated the light from the darkness. The Anunnaki called out that the light is daytime. The darkness of each side of this planet is to be in a state of shadow as the planet moves back into phase. This they called the shadow hours or night time. As a result of that, there was dusk and the beginning of a new day that took one period of 7,000 years. These are the words of speech in the beginning, for in the beginning was a conversation. And this set of words was between the Anunnaki, and these words were about the Allahum creating Allahum. This is how it was in the very beginning of this new cycle. By way of these Anunnaki, all the new things were made. Thus, there was not anything that was made or reconstructed that was not made by them under the command of Anu. All physical life and eternity for your soul or ether body was to be, and began. This is all by way of the All, yet some of you still have doubt. El-Elo is your appointed deity in the heavens and the planet Earth. Anu, who is Elyon Elyon El, the Most High, the Highest. The All, El-Kalum, knows your secrets and disclosures. El-Kalum knows what you will earn and lose, as your body knows your every thought and move. The prayer. This is what they taught of prayer. You pray in your distress and you pray in your need, that you might pray also in the fullness of your joy and in your days of abundance. For what is prayer but the expression of yourself into the living ether? And if it is for your comfort to pour your darkness into space, it is also for your delight to pour forth the drawing of your heart. And if you cannot but weep when your soul summons you unto prayer, she should spur you again and yet again through weeping, until you shall come laughing. When you pray, you rise to meet in the air those who are praying at that very hour, and whom save in prayer you may not meet. Therefore, let your visit to the masjid be invisible for naught but ecstasy and sweet communication. For if you should enter the masjid for no other purpose than asking, you shall not receive. And if you should enter into it to humble yourself, you shall not be lifted. Or even if you should enter into it to beg for the good of others, you shall not be heard. It is enough that you enter the temple invisible. I cannot teach you how to pray in words. Listen to the messages of Anu from the Allahum to your words, save when he himself utters them through your lips. And I cannot teach you the prayer of Yam, meaning the seas and the forest and the mountains. But you who are born of the mountains and the forest and the Yam can find their prayer in which are thine in today's, which are thine also. We cannot ask you for aught, for thou knowest our needs before they are born in us. You are our need, and in giving us more of thyself, thou givest us all. But those who know, pray this prayer. Our Heavenly Father, for you are of the All, and you are in the All, and all is in you. Your head of the 300 Agigi of those Anunnaki who are still in the skies, O Most Holy. Your name is found amongst the holy ones, the Anunnaki of the heavens, for you were to name all the things that were brought into existence. Blessed is your name, O Most Holy. Your name is found amongst the holy ones, the Anunnaki of the heavens, for you were to name all the things that were brought into existence. Blessed is your name. Nothing and no one can give you a name, for your name is of the All. You have been appointed Anu. O Anu, your kingdom will come, and what you will and ask of us will be done on earth Tiamat, just as things are done in the heavenly skies amongst the Anunnaki. We ask you to please give us the breath of life each day where we raise, and we will procreate as you wish, and forgive us if we disagree, as we forgive those who disagree with us, and protect us from the evil ones and their temptations. For you are the ruler of all kingdoms, and all power is yours, and the glory forever and ever. And we know you have appointed one of the Yahwehans, your own grandson Adonai Tammuz, as our shepherd. And we have all we need, as you and the Anunnaki declare. Verily we have given you all the abundance, so pray unto your sustainer and offer. Verily your enemy shall be the one cut off. His seed will be cut off after 6,000 years from the most holy day. He let us rest in the outer fields of green grass, and leads us to quiet pools of fresh water. He gives us new strength. He guides us in the right path as he has promised. Even if we go through the deepest fears of death, we will not be afraid, because we know that you are with us. Your flail's rod and your was protect us from disagreeableness. You prepare a table for us, where all our enemies can see you welcome us as an honored guest upon your ship, and fill our cups to the brim. We know that your goodness and love shall be with us all of our lives, and your house will be our house as long as we exist. Tablet 11, the firmaments, 19 times 3 equals 57. Lo, now the selected 24 Anunnaki Elohim, of which there were 12 agreeable and 12 disagreeable, commanded the firmament, which is the asteroid belt, to be in the middle of this solar system, between Mummu Mercury, Lahamu Venus, Tiamat Earth, and Lahmu Mars, and Kishar Jupiter, Anshar Saturn, Anu Uranus, and Ea Neptune, the two sets of planets with water in the heavens above and the heavens below, so that it would separate the water on the planet Earth, which is below, from the water on the other planets above and the clouds. And the Anunnaki made an arch firmament, an asteroid belt in the sky, as a necklace to be donned visible, which is above in the planets' atmospheres, and separated the two waters, one which was beneath the beaten out firmament, Mummu Mercury, Lahamu Venus, Tiamat Earth, and Lahmu Mars, from the other which was above, Kishar Jupiter, Anshar Saturn, Anu Uranus, and Ea Neptune. And this happened. The Anunnaki named the firmament skies, and the dust period and the new second day of 7,000 years was over, and the 24 selected elders, one for each hour of one earth day. The Anunnaki sat in a circle and said amongst each other, the waters beneath the skies are to be brought together as one mass, as oceans, rivers, streams, and lakes, and let the dry land be seen. And this happened. The Anunnaki called out that Ki, the planet Earth, will be called Adama, dry brown ground, the landmass called Ki, and the Ma'in called waters were gathered together. They called Yomyam, who was the brother of Baal, and he ruled the seas of Tiamat, and the Anunnaki saw that things this way were agreeable. And the Anunnaki said, in the name of El Elo, the appointed one, who is due all gratitude, the only true sustainer of sustainers of all the boundless universes, the caring, the loving. When all things end, it is up to Anu, who is Elyon El. Elyon El alone is to be worshipped, and we ask Elyon El for help alone. Elyon El guides us to the right way, the ways of those 12 agreeable Anunnaki, not the way of the 12 disagreeable Anunnaki, nor the ways of those who were 200 agreeable and went astray. And the Anunnaki said amongst each other, the planet Earth should now spread buds, growing herbs with seeds in them, in order to yield new seeds, and a fruit tree should grow with seeds in them from the landmass. And this happened, and so the planet Earth did bring forth grass and herbs with seeds in them, and great trees within itself, and the Anunnaki saw that things this way were agreeable. The dust period and a new third day of 7,000 years was over. The 24 selected counselors of the original Elohim, who were called the Anunnaki, said amongst each other, let the light exist in the skies in order to separate the daylight hours from the shadow hours. The daylight was called agreeable, 12 selected Sarafat, and the shadow hours were called disagreeable, 12 selected Garabat. You have your 24, 12 disagreeable and 12 agreeable. Let them be as signs of the seasons of days and years as time for this planet. 24 hours in a day, 24,000 years in an equinox, as illuminating lights in the skies to shine upon the planet Earth. And this happened. The Anunnaki caused the older and brighter light to be seen in the sky in order to overpower the daytime. The symbol of the agreeable was the star, as a great surface for life, the sun, to shine ever so brightly from the pure darkness, the very first state before light, to make things seen. The younger light of the lesser brightness has to be seen through the shadow hours. The symbol of the disagreeable was the crescent moon, which was ruled by the sun. They also made many outer suns as stars visible, and the Anunnaki made them appear in the skies in order to shed light on the planet Earth. This was to overpower the day in the shadow hours called night, and to separate daylight from shadow hours. The Anunnaki saw that things this way were agreeable, and the dusk period of the new fourth day of 7,000 years was over. And they said, and for everything there is a time. Everything that will happen in this new world will happen on time. And they set the 12 signs in the skies, called the cosmic clock, 12 periods broken into 4 seasons, bringing in the signs of the end of one age and the beginning of another. Thus, everything that will happen in this new world will happen when Elyon El wishes it to happen. Elyon El sets the time for birth and the time for death, the time for planting and the time for pulling up, the time for what's dead and the time for what's healed, the time for building and the time to tear down what was built, a time for joy and a time for sorrow, a time for mourning and a time for dancing and music, a time to make love and a time not to make love, a time to kiss and a time not to kiss, a time for finding things and a time for losing, a time to save and a time to throw away, a time to speak and a time to remain silent. These are the laws on time. This is what they taught the Magi on time. You would adjust your conduct and even direct the course of your spirit according to hours and seasons. Of time, you would make a stream upon whose bank you would sit and watch its flowing. Yet the timeless in you is aware of life's timelessness and knows that yesterday is but today's memories, and tomorrow is today's dreams, and that which sings and contemplates in you is still dwelling within the bonds of that first moment which scattered the stars into space. Who among you does not feel that his power to love is boundless, and yet who does not feel that very love, though boundless, encompassed within the center of his being, and moving not from love thought to love, nor from love deeds to other love deeds? And is not time even as love is, undivided and spaceless? But in your thoughts you must measure time into seasons. Let each season encircle all other seasons, and let today embrace the past with remembrance, and the future with longing. The Anunnaki said amongst each other, let the waters breed abundantly all kinds of swimming creatures that are to live, and birds that are to fly above the planet Earth in the open skies. The Anunnaki recreated the Tannin, the dragon sea serpents as sea dinosaurs, and all living spirits, amoebas, algae and fungi that swim, which the waters bred from itself, and all the winged birds, pterodactyls, from themselves. And the Anunnaki saw that things this way were agreeable. The Anunnaki put their blessings on them all by saying, procreate and multiply, and fill the waters in the seas, and the birds are to multiply on the planet Earth. The dusk period and the new 5th day of another 7,000 years was over. The Anunnaki said amongst each other, let the planet Earth bring forth living spirits from itself, non-speaking mammals and reptiles also living on the planet Earth. And this happened. The Anunnaki made to evolve all the living animals that appeared on the planet Earth to breed from themselves, and the non-speaking animals bred from themselves, and all the creeping things on the planet Earth bred from themselves, and the Anunnaki saw that things this way were agreeable.